Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the theater. And it's one of the most anticipated films of the year, and definitely one of the most spoiler-filled films of the year. So we're going to try not to spoil this movie for everybody. My review of the 2021 action superhero sequel, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Coming up now.
Hello, Peter.
After Mysterio reveals Spider-Man is Peter Parker to the world, half of the population turns against him, including the MIT College Admissions Office. When not only Peter, but MJ and Ned don't get in because of being his girlfriend and best friend, Parker goes to visit his old friend Dr. Strange to see if he can create a spell to make almost everyone forget that he's Spider-Man. When things don't exactly go according to plan, a few interesting faces from different parts of the multiverse come looking for the Peter Parker who is Spider-Man in their world. Will Peter be able to handle the gallery of villains as they search for Spider-Man? So what did I think of Spider-Man: No Way Home? I thought it's a spectacular action superhero sequel. It's directed by John Watts, who's best known for directing the other films in the trilogy, Spider-Man: Homecoming and Spider-Man: Far From Home. This film is definitely a big event movie in the vein of Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame. It also does a fantastic job celebrating all of the Spider-Man films and lives up to the tremendous hype surrounding it, and I feel you'll appreciate this film more if you've seen all the past entries, as you'll know the characters better. While there's definitely a case of that it's a giant helping of fan service, it's the best kind, and as an obvious fan, I loved all of it. There's a lot of great action sequences, such as the fight with Doc Ock on the highway, a struggle between Peter and Doctor Strange in the mirror dimension, and an epic final battle. The film has a lot of interesting ideas, like seeing Peter being followed by news cameras and having helicopters outside of his apartment. I like the different takes Peter and Doctor Strange have on the disaster he created as well. I also thought the relationship between Peter and MJ is improved here, as is their friendship with Ned. The story also takes a lot of turns you might not expect with the villains, which I thought was a nice touch. It also does a great job balancing the 5 villains, and the ones who get more screen time certainly make sense. While some might think it's a little joke-heavy, I thought the humor was, for the most part, very funny, and I laughed out loud fairly regular. Some of the most I laughed at all year. The film also has a few emotional moments that sees Peter go through some rough elements and make some hard decisions. The 2.5-hour runtime flew by as well, and I never felt bored. There's a mid-credit and post-credit trailer to stick around for as well. Tom Holland stars as Peter Parker / Spider-Man, the teenager and Avenger who faces off against a bunch of new troubles and foes. Zendaya as MJ, Parker's girlfriend, whose life becomes more chaotic due to their relationship. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, the master of mystic arts who gets more than he bargains for when he casts a spell for Peter. Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn / the Green Goblin, the scientist who deals with an insane alternate personality. Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, the scientist with 4 mechanical tentacles fused to his body. Jamie Foxx as Electro, the electrical engineer who gained electric powers after a freak accident. And Jacob Balton as Ned Leeds, Parker's best friend and man in the chair. Spider-Man: No Way Home makes me very interested to see what's next for Spidey, and it's one of the best entries in the MCU so far, as well as a must-see for any fans of the web-slinger. Number-wise, I'm going to give it, drumroll please, a 10 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of A-list approved. That's right, it gets the A-list. Seal of approval.
Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram at WestAList. Until next time, Troop out.